I want to think of two things. So the first one is a prism. Okay, so all of you have seen a prism, right? So think of a prism, that's one. And number two, think of what I'm wearing. I came with this attire for a reason. Okay, now think of a prism. There's light that falls on one place, okay? And when it comes out, there's some kind of magic that happens inside the prism. And when it comes out, it illuminates 7 different colors. Okay, that's a prism. And now you think of what I'm wearing. Irrespective of the amount of light that is flashing on me, irrespective of how much ever lights and halogens that's going to even more pop up on me, it's not going to make a difference. It is going to remain the same, dull. There's something else that I want you to know about this prism. It doesn't matter which side the light points through. Whichever side it comes through, it takes in, does its magic, and illuminates 7 different colors. Now the question before you is, what kind are you? Are you the prism or are you this? There's quite a lot of us, irrespective of the number of opportunities that come our way, irrespective of the number of platforms that we get, irrespective of the number of light that is flashing on us, we do not change. We just lay that. But there's other kind of people, they're just waiting for an opportunity, they're just waiting for a platform. The moment they get it, they do some kind of magic. And the moment they get one kind of help, an assistant, an opportunity, they change it 360 degree and they flash out bright and vibrant. Now that is what iridescence is. That is exactly what iridescence is. Moving on further. The dictionary simply defines iridescence as showing luminous colors that seem to change when seen from different angles. Now, are you like that? Irrespective of what is the kind of light that is coming on you, you take it and illuminate yourself. No one decides for you. No one can come up to you and say you're not iridescent. Because you know why? Think of the prism. The change or the transformation happens within you. Okay, so no one can come up to you and say you're not iridescent. It is left to you to decide whether you are really iridescent or not. Moving on. What exactly is true iridescent? True iridescence is not just taking a light and flashing out colors. It's more than that. Okay? It's definitely that. But what is more important is, go back to the prism. Now, when it takes in light and flashes out 7 different colors, now I ask someone on my left, they'll say, I saw an yellow. I ask someone directly sitting in front of me, they say, I see a red. I ask someone here, they say, I see a violet. Someone sitting behind, they say, I see a green. You know what? The point is, all of them are right, but in their perspectives. Now, true iridescence is not just flashing out light, but it is being able to take perspectives from each angle and say, yes, you are right, yes, you are right, yes, you are right. Now, most of us are very successful in the first part, in illuminating colors. But what we fail terribly is to understand that each one of them are right in their perspectives. Because we fail to do this, we screw up our relationships. How many of you have heard people saying, you are impossible, man, you're impossible. I cannot understand you. I don't know what you are. It is impossible for me to understand. The reason is we fail to put ourselves in their perspective and understand why they're saying what they're saying. True iridescence is just not illuminating colors, but also being able to understand why they're saying what they're saying. Iridescence is not really what the eye sees. A few days back, while I was just traveling, I heard some beautiful music, sung on the street. I happened to stop by, I went. I realized a group of blind people were singing songs. One of them was singing with the vocalist and the other were playing music. I went and they happened to finish. I had just had a talk with them. Only then I realized these guys are so colorful. They're so vibrant. Imagine someone who's blind is colorful. colorful or iridescence is not really what the eye sees. It is what the mind is able to see. It is what the soul is able to see. These guys were able to see what you and I cannot see in music. Many a times, there are these kind of people that we are drawn to them. We go crazy about them. The way they walk, the way they talk, we're just completely drawn to them. So think of a person that you're drawn to. Like think of a person, a particular character that you're just madly in love with. You're ready to do anything with that person. You just want to hang out with that person. Once you've thought of them, I want you to ask yourself, what do you think draws you to him or to her? What is that element in them? What is that ingredient in them that draws you to them? None of you would have come out with a concrete answer or with an exact answer. Now I've asked this question myself, what is it that pulls me to that person? I think I've identified that character. You know what that character is? That character is iridescence. That person being able to take another perspective only to understand you. The person being able to exchange standpoints, the person being able to exchange perspectives just to know what you feel, how you feel, and what really matters to you. And that is what draws me to that person. Back when we were kids, we never stopped asking questions. For example, my sister's kid, she was 2.5 years, and my sister was carrying another kid. Okay, so she had the bump. So she went up asking her, what is it? She said, there's a baby inside. Her question was, how did it get inside? So you give them an explanation, they let it sink in, and then they again come back with another perspective. What if? What if? What if? They don't stop. But you know what? Over the period of time, we have stopped to question things. We have stopped to take angles. We're just lost. The other day, there was this drawing competition at my church. There was this kid drawing a beautiful picture. I didn't know what it was. I went up to the kid. I said, what are you drawing? She said, I'm drawing a saint. I was like, which saint? She said, Saint Nicholas. I was like, have you seen him? She said, no. Then I said, none of us has seen him. Her answer was, then you'll see him when I'm done. I'm like, oh, okay. Kids are ready to take that extra mile. They have that patience and courage to change their perspectives, change their angles, and think, which we are not. Over a period of time, we have lost that attribute. But some of us definitely remain committed to growth, to development. But some of us, we just become flat and one-dimensional. No, it's like this. No, it's like this. It's impossible to change our dimensions. We all have that kid in us. We need to pull that kid and change and try perspectives. Many a times, there'll be someone who would have told us, you don't fit in there, it's not your thing, it's not your cup of tea. We wouldn't have even tried, that particular stuff. We'll be so blindfolded by that attitude, by that statement, and said, yeah, I don't think so, I suit in. That person would have tagged me something that I'm not. That person's statement would have made me something that I'm not. So the question before you, friends, is who tags you? Sometimes our inferiorities are a block, are a barrier for us to take another perspective. We're just stuck. But trust me, friends, the moment you break that barrier and take that perspective, only then you'll understand perspectives have the power to change your priorities. Do not let someone tag you. Take perspectives. I'm quite sure all of you have heard of the statement, the grass is greener on the other side. Yeah, I don't know how many of you believe in the statement. I, for one, do not believe in the statement. The grass is greener on the other side because it is watered well on the other side. Many a times we look at somebody's life and say, wow. We don't even look here, we say, wow. Look here, no, wow, look at that. No, please look here, no, it's wow. We are so restricting ourselves that we do not look the others, we do not look here. The point that I'm saying is the moment we change our focus from there and put our focus here, in other words, we start watering our own grass. Guys, our grass is not going to be greener, it's going to be greenest. We fail to do this. I don't know how many of you have seen fishes. I've become a fan of these guys very recently. I like these two, okay? The goldfish and the fighter fish. It's also called the beta. How many of you know the scales of the fish are iridescent? Yeah, the scales of the fish are iridescent. I want to tell you two important things about the scales of the fish, okay? One, the fish lives in a very dangerous environment. It needs to protect itself from predators, from parasites, and from injuries. The scales, the iridescent scales, covers each other like an armor would protect a person, okay? And number two, the scales of the fish kind of assist it to swim through. Okay, it has a hydrodynamic purpose and is water resistant. Today, we live in a dangerous environment. We have voices of discouragement. We have comments that tear you apart, that makes you feel worthless. But guys, it is that iridescence that protects you and keeps you moving through the life, just like the fish swims through the life. We need to be iridescent. Or just even think of this dragonfly. The dragonfly is colorful, is iridescent on its wings and body. Okay? But I don't know how many of you know, the moment it dies, it becomes transparent and colorless. You and I, if we are not iridescent, we might be alive on the inside, on the outside, but we are dead on the inside. Some of us wear vibrant colors, colorful accessories, colorful clothes, and everything else. But what really matters is how colorful you're on the inside and not on the outside. Friends, iridescence is a way of life. Iridescence is a way of life. Some people just don't plant. Iridescent people are fantastic, by the way. They just don't plant a seed. They create an environment for growth and development. Some iridescent people just don't play music. They are music. Iridescent people don't say a joke. They are joy. Iridescence can be demonstrated through a walk, through a voice, through a laugh, through a movement. And it is so important to be iridescent. I sincerely believe each one of us are iridescent. We need to realize that, pick that iridescence out from us and be vibrant so that the colors around us are reflected. We just don't sparkle, but we reflect. That color might make the life of someone colorful. You never know, that someone might have spent darkness his entire life. Be iridescent, and that is what required to make you and the people's life around you colorful. Thank you, friends.